Good morning. I'm here. Y'all. Listen to this.
On a regular basis to absolutely screw up my life. And if you actually
Start that over. Listen to this. This is for me as well as everybody here.
sit on your bed one day and ask yourself, what remarkably stupid things am I doing on a regular basis to absolutely screw up my life? And if you actually ask that question, but you have to want to know the answer, right? Because that's actually what asking the question means. It doesn't mean just mouthing the words. It means you have to decide that you want to know.
So ask yourself today, along with me, what stupid things am I doing in life? Really want to know the answer to that question. It's going to help you fix your life. But you got to face yourself. A lot of people don't even want to change because they have to ask themselves the hard questions. And then they have to answer those hard questions and then come to the conclusion that they got to make changes in those things. And then that gets hard and difficult. So we just give up and go mumbling and muddling through life, right? So let's ask ourselves, what is that? I'm going to start this over one more time so we can understand that question better. Jordan Peterson coming off the top rope. Sit on your bed one day. Come on. Right there. What remarkably stupid thing am I doing?
What remarkably stupid things am I doing on a regular basis to absolutely screw up my life? And if you actually ask that question, but you have to want to know the answer, right? Because that's actually what asking the question means. It doesn't mean just mouthing the words. It means you have to decide that you want to know. You'll figure that's out so fast it'll make your hair curl. There's no better pathway to self-realization and the ennoblement of being than to posit the highest good that you can conceive of and commit yourself to it. And then you might also ask yourself, and this is definitely worth asking, is do you really have anything better to do? And if you don't, well, why would you do anything else? If you orient yourself properly and then pay attention to what you do every day, that works.
So this is stuff I want to talk about today. Asking yourself the tough questions. Is what I'm doing right now the best thing I can be doing? If the answer is yes, then don't quit. If the answer is no, then figure out what you can be doing to do better. We all want to change. I hear everybody all the time. I want to change. I want to change this in my life. I want to change that. It's like they want it to change, but they don't want to do what has to be done to make it change. So let's talk about that today. Good morning, Marilyn. Glad you're here. Athena, thank God. I thank God is how I found you. Thank you. I thank God is how I found you. Awesome. Praise God for that. I believe God does miracles. Even this day and age. He does amazing things. And he uses broken people to help broken people. And what you're looking at right now, broken people. Just trying to figure it out too. And so I come along with what I figure out, what I try to do for better in my life, and then I talk to you about it. Good morning, Steffi. Good morning. Glad to see you here. Sarah Joe. Good morning. Glad you're here. I'm going to kind of go through this most eye-opening 60 minutes of your life by Jordan Peterson motivation today because I need it. Anytime I'm up here and I'm talking, I was talking about this in group last night, like when I tell people to ask themselves these questions or start telling yourself, be patient. Last night we talked about that, being patient, not looking at our lagging indicator. Remember what our lagging indicator is? It's our goal that we've set, right? And if you're focused on that lagging indicator and you compare yourself today to that lagging indicator, it'll discourage you. So focus on your leading indicators. What do I have to do today to get to the lagging indicator? And when I'm telling people that, and I'm up here talking about that, I'm really just spent the last 20 minutes telling myself that and the rest of my day, because I'm constantly in that temptation of why ain't I there yet? Why isn't this working yet? Oh my God, I suck. Beating myself up. And thank God I have an awesome member and a friend and who is a part of our group who's texted me some, calm the hell down. You're doing fine. When you're learning something new, you feel dumb. When you're working out, you feel weak, but it's making you stronger. Stuff I needed to hear. I appreciate it. So God uses people to help people. People need people. And God uses broken people to help broken people. Life's Healing Choices is the best book. Ooh, let me write that one down. Life's Healing Choices. I'm gonna look that up real quick. So I don't forget. I won't forget that. I love new books. And since I'm on this new challenge, my name's LT. If this is the first time you're here, I'm a peer support specialist, and I want to teach people how to be the best peer supports they can. I want to offer a platform and a place for newcomers to come and learn how to quit doing drugs and better their lives. Come for 24-hour support. We have a huge online Discord where we have daily Zoom meetings, and we call that Recovery in Your Pocket. And we got live streams, and we got educational videos. And then locally, we have a program. And I want to help everybody from the person that's still using, to the people that are quitting, to the somebody that's a year in, and people who want to progress in life to become peer supports or anything else. Hey, Rush, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Knowing that you're out there and gaining value out of this keeps me going. Sometimes it feels like a struggle. It's like, what am I doing this for? Am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path, God? What am I doing? Is this, like just the question we asked, is this the best thing I can be doing right now? If the answer is yes, then I should keep doing it. If the answer is no, maybe I got stuff to think about, right? I ask myself these hard questions too. I try to practice what I preach. I try to preach what I've been practicing, and I try to preach what I tell myself all day, every day to get the life that I want, because I can't just get up here and say a bunch of crap. And if it's not true and it's not really working in my life, then what the point of that be? So let's listen to him some more.
I actually think that that's in accordance with what we have come to understand about human perception, because what happens is that the world shifts itself around your aim, because you're a creature that has an aim. You have to have an aim in order to do something. You're an aiming creature. You look at a point and you move towards it. It's built right into you. And so you have an aim. Well, let's say your aim is the highest possible aim. Well, then, so that sets up the world around you. It organizes all of your perceptions. It organizes what you see and you don't see. It organizes your emotions and your motivations. So you organize yourself around that aim. And then what happens is the day manifests itself as a set of challenges and problems. And if you solve them properly, then you stay on the pathway towards that aim. And you can concentrate on the day. And so that way you get to have your cake and eat it too, because you can point into the distance, the far distance, and you can live in the day.
Point in the far distance and live in today. That's a good one. Excuse me, waking up. Point in the distance, look at your lagging indicator, but live in today. You wake up right now, we're setting our minds. Our minds are being set on what we're going to do. The whole day is in front of us. Most of us, right? If you're on the East Coast, maybe it's 9 or 10 out there, right? Whatever problems come, we know they're coming. And now we know how to handle them because we've already made up our minds that we're going to make good choices. We're going to make the right choice. The right choice is always the right choice to make. And so if we have that in our mindset and we have our goal set, say 30 days from now, I'm going to hit that goal. This is the stuff I have to do today. And that's what I'm going to do because that's the best things that I can be doing today for myself. And then as the issues and problems or just life in general come at you, you solve the problems based on what you need to do today to get to that goal. Done. And when your emotions get worked up and you start getting frustrated, where's your focus going? Just like me yesterday, I'm taking all this stuff I'm learning and I compact it into one of my daily vlogs, and then I implement it to the internet and it doesn't do what I expect it to do. And then I get pissed off and frustrated because I'm focused on the lagging indicator, right? And so I got to refocus. Wait a minute, you're still learning. You're still new. Just continue to do what you're doing. Follow the formula, follow the process, and it will come. Dope Show hanging out, dropping in the show, love and support. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Glad you're here. The Dope Show has a cool show in the Infiniverse, in virtual reality, where we are moving a lot of recovering addict stuff in there. As soon as it becomes more mainstream, recovering addicts are already inside virtual reality, and the Dope Show has a talk show inside virtual reality. That's dope. Name says it well. Good morning. That's my favorite background you do. Sick. And I busted out my I got the big light out. No more little light. No more hard shadows. Keep it soft. See if I can get my triangles right here. That's another thing I'm trying to do is master videography. Right now, the background, the way you see it, would be called me putting it together. I would be the director of photography, right? To make my background and the lighting look the way it does with this light coming in on the side and all that stuff. Trying to figure all that out. Trying to do content. Trying to figure out thumbnails. Trying to figure out titles and hashtag. Man, I tell you what, it's a challenge. It's one thing that has continued to challenge me my whole life. I've been shooting videos. We were talking about this last night and I kind of reminisced, but since I think in my teenage years, I ended up with a VHS. Yes, I'm not old. A VHS like camcorder, man. We used to make skits when I was a kid. You know, all that Jackass and all that stuff. We did that first. Our crap just never went viral. I lay claim to all the stupid stuff first. We were doing all the running around parkour and vandalizing, just being jackasses is what we were doing. And then throughout my life, I've always constantly recorded things, recording our snowboarding trips and stuff. And man, if I could go back in time and get all that footage that I had recorded back in the day. But the point is I have been trying to tackle this beast of storytelling, film, photography for a very long time, 20 plus years. And I just can't seem to. I don't think it's something you can ever master. It's so subjective at the end of the day anyway, that, you know, because I like it doesn't mean you will. And then I'll post something that I don't like and you'll like it. And then it's like, then you try to figure, I guess there's really nothing to figure out. It's just something you got to love and try to do. And do it for yourself and love it for yourself. I have a picture on my wall. My most favorite picture I've ever taken in my life. Some people don't get why I even like it. They're just like, why is that one? There's so many. Like, hand me that picture. I just love this picture. Yeah, that's my most favorite picture I've ever taken. I don't know. Maybe I feels like I'm some photography guru from the 70s or something. It's because it's black and white. This one right here. Kind of hard to see, but you get the gist of it. There's a bunch of reasons that I love it. I love the crispness of the motorcycle riders. I love how it's longer than normal, and they're at the front of the picture, which shows speed. It breaks the rules a little bit. Rule of thirds. I don't know. That's the stuff I've been trying to do. Mastering that crap. So freaking hard. So, Athena, you're at a sober living in Houston. Good for you. Stick it out. Kick its butt. Get the most out of it you can. What sober living are you at? If you care to share. If not, no big deal. Can't make everyone happy no matter what you do. That's true. That's a fact. Can't please everybody. And not even myself. Can't even please my damn self. Julian, good morning, brother. Can't wait for you to go riding. All right, let's jump back in here. Jordan, what you got for us?
And it seems to me that makes every moment of the day supercharged with meaning. That's how, because if everything that you're doing every day is related to the highest possible aim that you can conceptualize, well, that's the very definition of the meaning that would sustain you in your life. Well, and then the issue is, well, back to Noah. Well, all hell's about to break loose and chaos is coming. It's like when that's happening in your life, you might want to be doing something that you regard as truly worthwhile, because that's what will keep you afloat when everything is flooded. And you don't want to wait until the flood comes to start doing that, because if your ark's half built and you don't know how to captain it, the probability is very high that you'll drown.
So basically what he just said there, what is your highest aim? Morally, physically, healthy body, if that's even a word. Today, what is your highest aim for your day today? And any decision you have to make it in accordance with the highest aim, right? With the best decision. What is best for me? And we'll just take it back to something simple like a diet. It's always easy to relate to a diet, right? I get up, I'm hungry. That's an issue. That's something I have to solve today. I go to the fridge. There's donuts. or there's something healthy. For my highest aim and my best life, what is the best choice? And that's the choice you make. What is the best thing that's going to benefit me on this next move I'm going to make in the next 30 minutes? What's going to benefit me? And that's the choice that you make. Try it. I might try it.
Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. That sounded pretty optimistic again. But again, I think it's a description of the structure of existential reality. And by which I mean, when I'm in my clinical practice and I observe, and this is also the case with my students, is let's say, people's lives aren't what they would like them to be. And so then you ask, why? Well, forget about tragedy and catastrophe, because that's self-evident, and we're not going to discuss that. Although the degree to which you bring about your own tragedy is always indeterminate. But I would never say that every terrible thing that is visited on a person is something they deserved. I think that that's a very dangerous presupposition, especially because everyone gets sick and everyone dies. But one of the main...
I like that. It's a fact that we have stuff happen to us that isn't our fault, isn't deserved, and shouldn't happen to anybody. But how much of your life's tragedies are self-induced by the choices we make during the day? Yeah, that's a whole, God grant me the wisdom to know the difference. Because if you're self-inducing problems when you know that you can be changing those things, right? Grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change and change the things I can. And a lot of people are trying to change the things that they can't, and then choosing not to change the things that they can. And you should be changing those things that you can, especially if it's self-induced. You know the problem, it's coming at you all the time, and you keep touching the stove and it's hot. Turn the stove off and don't touch it no more. The main reason he says that people don't get what they want.
Main reasons that people don't get what they want is because they don't actually figure out what it is. And the probability that you're going to get what would be good for you, let's say, which would even be better than what you want, right? Because, you might be wrong about what you want easily, but maybe you could get what would really be good for you. Well, why don't you? Well, because you don't try. You don't think, okay, here's what I would like if I could have it. And I don't mean in a way that you manipulate the world to force it to deliver you goods for status or something like that. That isn't what I mean. I mean something like, imagine that you were taking care of yourself like you were someone you actually cared for. And then you thought, okay, I'm caring for this person. I would like things to go as well for them as possible. What would their life have to be like in order for that to be the case? Well, people don't do that. They don't sit down and think, all right, let's figure it out. You've got a life. It's hard, obviously. It's like 3 years from now, you can have what you need. You got to be careful about it. You can't have everything. You can have what would be good for you, but you have to figure out what it is, and then you have to aim at it. Well, my experience with people has been if they figure out what it is that would be good for them, and then they aim at it, then they get it. And it's...
So what is it in your life that's good for you that you want, that you need to aim at today? Let me know in the comments real quick. What is something in your life that is good for you that you want? What do you want in life? Do you know what you want? And that's the cool thing about what I understand recovery to be. Obviously, the definition of recovery is recovering something that was lost or stolen from you, right? Through our choices and some, external situations. Things were taken from us, our personalities, our lives, our happiness, our joy, addiction took over, some of us mental health, whatever it may be. We got to recover what was lost and stolen. So we kind of have to start back over at that age at which we started to go that way. That's that whole, I always forget this freaking word. Arrested development, right? You stop growing up the time you become an addict. And you are lost. And so we have to go and recover back to that mindset before we got lost. And in that, we start to discover ourselves. And it's a path and a journey of self-discovery from then on forth, right? Athena right now is in Taylor Recovery in Houston, right? Is that right? Houston? Yes. Out in Texas, which is awesome. Says the people who own Taylor Recovery also have some rehab facilities. They sound like amazing people. Rewinding, right? Starting over back to where we were before addiction and all that took over. So now you're on a path of what do you like in life? Because we've never got to figure that out. Do I like to, and that's why we do the stuff we do here at Recovering Addict with our 30-day challenges, our 75 hard challenges, our events that we do. We go shoot bows sometimes, we go laser tag, we go painting, we do photography, we get into all different types of stuff to see what we actually even like. Because sometimes we'll have done stuff in addiction that we think's amazing. And for me, for example, anytime I start smoking weed, which I'm not going to do anymore, but every time I would smoke weed, I loved being creative with music. I was a drummer in a band for a long time. I play the bass here and there. And anytime I get stoned, boy, I sure loved freaking getting out GarageBand and plugging in my bass and laying down beats and, going down that path. But it was only when I was stoned. So did I really like it? When I was under the influence is when I liked to do that the most. If I was drunk, I loved rocking out and music and all that stuff. Is that really something I like? Is that something I like? Because the only time I do it is when I'm high. Because when I'm not high, my bass, it's in my closet and it's been there for a year and a half now. I haven't even touched it. I haven't even plugged it in. I haven't even tuned it. Poor guy. I want to. I still like it. The desire's still there, but it's just not a passion of mine. So as I have recovered myself back to the age I was before I started becoming an addict and looking at all the stuff I did during addiction, did I really even like that stuff? I don't know. We got to figure that out. And those are the questions we ask ourselves. What do you like? Do you know what you want in life? What do you want in life? Right now, let me know. Like, I want this in life. And then do you really want that? What's driving you to want that? Is it something you're rekindling? Because maybe a lot of people will come into our program and rekindle a fire that they used to have and be like, oh yeah, I used to like to do this. Now I remember why. Hey, Wendy, thank you very much for that super sticker. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you very, very much. What happened to the multiverse? It's still chilling, Adrian. It's still chilling. The multiverse is there and I love it. I was in there yesterday, actually. And then I had to update my headset because joke tokens are about to drop. The joke guys and the apartments that people got from that NFT. So I went in there to check that out. Sarah says, I don't know what I want, but I know if I stay on the course, I'll end up where I'm meant to be. I trust my higher power. Beautiful. And that's a good thing too, because you get to that point where you don't, just like you said, maybe we don't know what we want. We go down that path. We ask ourselves those questions. We know that what we're doing is better than what we were doing, and we like that. And we just let it figure out. I love to let life evolve, right? I do that all the time. I find opportunities. If there's an opportunity in anything, if I see an opportunity like the multiverse, for example, applying for a job with FTL, all that kind of stuff, like why would you apply for a job with a gaming company in France, in the UK? Because it's an opportunity. If they hire me, then I'll take it and see what happens. Because it's somewhat in my interest. I like techie stuff. And so I do that too. Let's see what happens. I like the path I'm on. My head's clear. I feel good. I'm getting up, making right choices. And if opportunity comes up, I'm going to go after it. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay. I'll move on to a different one. And then all of a sudden this opportunity arises and you take it and you're like, whoa, it worked out. I'll take that. And you just kind of let it evolve around you, based on making the next right choice. So if you're getting value out of this, please hit that like button, share it out. I would appreciate that a ton. Sarah, I like that attitude. You'll end up. That's faith, right? That's having faith. Geo plays 22, Adrian says. Good morning, Kelly Barker. Thanks for joining us. I want to quit overspending and get a house. That's a great goal. Quit overspending. You're like, did I really need 25 coffee cups because they were cute? Buying stuff we don't need. Do I really need that? I notice sometimes, and I see it in my daughter, we got money in our pocket and we're like, let's just spend it. Why? Because I got it. I want to be a better parent. Boom. That's a huge goal. That's an amazing goal. That's a world-changing goal. Geish, and I have no doubt that you're a good parent and you're going to always want to be a better parent. And that's a good mindset to be in, especially being a parent. My spending is what replaces my addiction, so I want to be responsible. I feel you. It's that whole instant gratification of us as addicts. We know that if we act like this or if we consume this, our moods are going to change. And we get that same dopamine drip when we throw the money out there and we end up with our new little shiny item. And we're like, yay! Then the dopamine goes away and you're like, rah. Next, right? Looking for those hits of dopamine. And so we have to try to find a new reward system. And that's why I'm on the path that I'm on, looking for new reward systems. I was talking to my buddy Julian, who's going to come over today. I've had a Harley Davidson. I was a weekend warrior, I did that for a year. Like, that's pretty cool. Had a Razor, right? Polaris Razor, freaking 1000, climbing mountains and flying through the hills. We've had motorhomes, we've had fifth wheels, we've had the nice cars, and I've ridden dirt bikes and 250s, all that stuff. But I like mountain bikes. Mountain bikes are my favorite out of that. So there's a reward system that I have found in my life that I like. So I'm going to continue to mountain bike because that's a new reward system that I found. And so I get up in the morning, I go on exercise, good for my body. It's a good choice to make. And now I've rewired myself. Instead of a dopamine drip to spend money and acquire something I don't need, my dopamine drip comes from a healthy lifestyle. And it's just a path of self-discovery. That's what we are on. J.E. Norman, hello, how are you? Good morning. Good morning to you. Nick, what's up, brother? How you feeling today? How you doing? How's that shoulder? Where was you yesterday? We was all wondering about you.
Strange because they don't it's a strange thing. It's not quite that simple because you may formulate an idea about what would be good for you, and then you take 10 steps towards that and you find out that your formulation was a bit off, and so you have to reformulate your goal. So you're kind of going like this as you move towards the goal. But a huge part of the reason that people fail is because they don't ever set up the criteria for success. And so since success is a very narrow line and very unlikely, the probability that you're going to stumble on it randomly is zero. And so there's a...
Whoa, did you hear what he just said right there? People don't even want to try to figure out what they want because there's a possibility of failure. I'm going to rewind that. That was... My dog distracted me.
Yes. And so since success is a very narrow line and set up, but a huge part of the reason that people fail is because they don't ever set up the criteria for success. And so since success is a very narrow line and very unlikely, the probability that you're going to stumble on it randomly is zero.
So if you're not out trying stuff, if you're not out putting yourself to the test, I'm going to use myself as an example because that's the only one I got right now. I'm doing the 75-day hard challenge. I'm on day 32. I've committed myself to working out twice a day to lose, like 25 pounds. I'm trying to get down to 190. I've challenged myself to go live every single morning, hence why I'm here. I've challenged myself to daily vlog, right? And now I have set up myself that in a position where I can find success. Let me rewind this, see what he says. And so since success is a very narrow line and very unlikely,
probability that
the probability you're just going to stumble on it is randomly is zero, right? You're not going to just stumble upon success. I talk about the easy way. And if you ask people, what's their secret? And people that go to, so I'm from Utah. A lot of people like to travel from my little neck of the woods. It's like a 40-minute drive and you're in Idaho. And in Idaho, you can buy lottery tickets. A lot of people on base on the weekends. We got some people that live in Idaho that will travel. Everybody's always throwing money at them or taking little trips on the weekends, and everybody gathers a little pot and they go up and buy a bunch of lottery tickets. And then on Mondays, right, because we bought the lottery tickets on the weekend, on Mondays, the first 4 hours of the day is spent fantasizing on lottery and what you're going to do when you win the money. And I've never seen anybody in my life in 42 years here in Utah. I've never seen anybody from Utah win the damn lottery. But they'll sit and spend 4 hours fantasizing about a lottery that they might win because they want to randomly stumble upon success the easiest way possible. $2 on a scratch ticket. Instead of just going and putting yourself out there. It's like people choosing to have constant pain and constant health issues because of crappy daily choices instead of choosing to be uncomfortable. And that's all it is when you work out and eat healthy, is uncomfortable for 45 minutes to an hour. And then to sustain a good, healthy, strong, feeling good majority of the time life. But imagine being 45 to 100 pounds overweight, walking around every day with achy knees, out of breath. That's in constant state of uncomfortable. Choose the little states of uncomfortable for a greater reward of being comfortable. And set yourself up with goals and new options and new adventures, whatever you want to call it, new goals, new strategies, new challenges, so that you'll find this line of success, because you ain't gonna just dang stumble upon it. We should all know this by now. Shiny Moon 80. How are you? Gish says, yeah, a goal of mine is to invest in a nice bike. Dude, I wouldn't discourage that in any way. That was a double negative, huh? I highly encourage it. Changed my life, bro. Mountain biking is like my thing. Something I've probably got to do every day. I got to do it. I got to freaking do it. The probability that you're going to stumble on it randomly is 0. Hello?
Stumble on it randomly is 0. And so there's a proposition here, and the proposition is, if you actually want something, you can have it. Now, the question then would be, well, what do you mean by actually want? And the answer is that you reorient your life in every possible way to make the probability that that will occur as certain as possible. And that's a sacrificial idea, right? It's like, you don't get everything. Obviously. But maybe you can have what you need. And maybe all you have to do to get it is ask. But the asking isn't a whim or today's wish. It's like, you have to be deadly serious about it. You have to think, okay, like, I'm taking stock of myself. And if I was going to live properly in the world and I was going to set myself up such that being would justify itself in my estimation, and I don't mean as a harsh judge, exactly what is it that I would aim at? And so the issue is not so much.
What are you going to aim at today? What, by the end of the day, do you want to have accomplished in your life? And it doesn't have to be huge. You ain't got to win the lottery or anything. Oh, man, I'm the funniest person in this house. When I'm the only person in the house. What do you want it to be? What are you going to aim at today? What choices are you going to make to get there? How's your mindset going to be so that when your problems and issues arise throughout this day, maybe you get a flat tire, you got to fix it and move on with your day to achieve the goal you want to get to. No matter what it is. If I spilled coffee all this and this all shut off, I just have to clean it up and move on throughout my day. Can't let it ruin the whole thing. Something we're doing inside our Discord is a 30-day challenge. And this is to get people's feet wet, to give people an example of what it's like to start down this path, of what it's really like to understand that you're never just going to stumble upon success, that you have to take it upon yourself to make choices and goals and habits daily to make things happen. When I started doing this live stream stuff back in the day, I want to say hi real quick. I literally don't know the first place to start. The first place to start is right now. You're doing it. You just asked a question. Where do I start? And now you get some ideas and then you try it out. And then you come back and hang out with us. And we have a huge Discord online if you're interested. I dropped the link in the description. I'll drop it again. I'm not sure if it pops on Twitch or not. Hopefully you get that. But in the description of this video should be the link to the Discord. And then you'd start trying stuff, right? Our challenge this month right now is to work out for 30 minutes a day, read something nonfiction that's educating ourselves and giving ourselves idea of what we want to do. 20 things that we're grateful for. We put on grateful guns and we go around all day shooting stuff we're grateful at, right? Grateful for my camera, grateful for that. And we're putting ourselves out there. I started doing this stuff online. I started going live, and all this stuff just starts happening. You know, it evolves. I ended up becoming a producer for the company that owns this software that I'm going live on. And I ended up producing a show in behind the scenes, clicking on the buttons and pulling them up on the screen in Scotland for a beauty pageant little thing during COVID. I was like, what? You know, that wouldn't have happened if I didn't get out and try to do something. And so now I believe the people that are in our challenge here, in our Discord, are figuring out that, like, you know, stuff is happening that's awesome because I'm trying new things. Here's me yesterday on my hike. I climbed this grueling mountain, but I ended up at this beautiful place, taking this cool picture. My dogs too, right? Look at us all majestically looking over there. That one just accidentally worked out perfect. Then I was up there dinking around and I was like, oh, let me touch this little bendy light. And so in our 30-day challenge, that's what we're doing. And so let's check on and see how everybody's doing. And we're going to have another challenge dropping in June soon too. So stay tuned, because it's going to have a little bit different rules, a little different things to do, and there's going to be a different reward. So the people that finish this one, because this is our first 30-day challenge inside our Discord, is Recovering Addict starts launching these new 30-day challenges. The people that complete this challenge properly, that have posted a picture of their gratitude, what they're reading, and their exercise every single day until June, I'm sending them a whole set of merch. Some people are getting disqualified because they forget to post, or they're only posting what they're reading and their gratitude list and not the workout. It's got to be all three. It's actually 4 things: your gratitude, working out, and what you read. But then the 4th thing is to actually post it in here. And it's a Discord. You're not posting it for the world to see. You're posting it in this group of people who are trying to recover and do life better together. And so we encourage each other inside here. You get your own little channel when you start these challenges with me. I put whatever, you know, little gamer tag name you want in here, and then you post your own stuff. And so Ziggy, he's doing awesome. He's got his Bible out. He's got his gratitude list, and he went on an awesome bike ride. And he completed that for yesterday. He's still in the running. Savage Freedom, she always does an awesome thing like this. Makes a little collage, and hers is really nice. Her book she's reading is Relentless. She's still in the running. Kitty245, she's doing her thing, and I'm so proud of her. Geesh is always popping some cool. He always finds these crazy little things that we need to try, like hips and lower back stretching stuff. I need that. We destroyed our legs on Monday. We did jumping lunges. Oh man, those things get me every time. Jen Ray, she's always out there beautifully walking, grateful, reading her books. The Disorganized Mind, that's probably a really good book. Coaching an ADHD brain. Take control of your time, tasks, and talents. Woo! I can relate to that one. And so that's what we do, right? We do this kind of stuff in here. So if we do these things, we will feel better. 100%. Is it hard work? Is it uncomfortable during the process of doing all this stuff? Yes. But whatever we're doing in life right now, if we're not happy and uncomfortable, we're just going to keep doing that. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And doing these little 30-day challenges with us is showing and proving to ourselves, because that's what we're ultimately doing it for, is for ourselves, is that making these small changes is effectual and actually makes life better in general on a whole. We live in a broken, fallen world. We can't have perfect, right? We can't manage our stress. We can try to eliminate it, but stress is going to come. And so we're going to make it as best we can right here and right now through making the right choices, doing healthy things, and setting up our lives to do these things. I'm glad you found us too. Jump in our Discord and get to know us. We're a group of loving, sober people. Some of us got a couple days clean, and a few of us in there have gotten 20 plus years clean. There's a guy in Australia that's got a 20-year clean date who comes in and he's always so concerned about the newcomer. Love you, Des. Renee. Oh, look at her. See, she's in Australia. Imagine, because I ain't never seen nothing. Is that a cat? Is that a raccoon? The hell is that thing? Geesh, you're a wildlife guy. In my book. You may not be, but in my book, you seem to be a wildlife guy. What the hell am I looking at right here? I don't even know. That's a raccoon. Linky, come look at this raccoon. If it's not a raccoon, it is now, because that's what I'm calling it.
It's like a bunny thingy.
A bunny raccoon?
Yeah, it's got a bunny ear.
It does have a bunny ear. Or a bat wing. A baby bat wing coming out of its head. That's crazy.
What is it?
What is that? It is some type of feline. I have no idea. That shit's scary. Oh, a brush-tailed possum. My goodness. Keep reading. Okay. That thing looks scary. But then you say possum and you're like, oh, it ain't too bad. Mo. May 11th. Hasn't dropped. See, this is what I was talking about. Mo's dropping reading and gratitude, but not working out. Monique, God bless her soul. Little Miss Happiness. Love it. Man, you guys are making me so proud. And now, guess what? I'm encouraged. I'm fired up. I'm excited for today. You're doing it. I'm doing it. A gray Pikachu. Mark said a gray Pikachu. It does look like a gray Pikachu. That's funny. I'm scared of gray Pikachus, apparently. Yeah, so everybody's doing that. They're encouraging themselves. They're changing their lives. They're following good, healthy habits, right? Reading things you've never thought you would read, like the Bible. Jump in and read the Bible. People are so afraid of it, and they think they know what it says because they've seen some stuff on TV before. But every time I read the Bible to somebody who thinks they know the Bible, they're like, it says that in there? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, I didn't know that. And I'm like, I know. It's because you just watch TV about what you think the Bible says. Read it for yourself. It's just a book. It's like it's paper and it's got ink on it. And you can just read it. There's really nothing offensive about it. Until it confronts your sin and tells you you're going to hell. Then that's a different story. Awesome. I'm going to say hello right now to you in the main chat. Boom, there you are. I'm waving at you. Shine Moon 80. I'm even going to say welcome right this second. WELCOME. And I knew you would know Discord. I mean, you're on Twitch, so Discord's like not a trouble for you. Love it. Everybody, I am here every single morning during this 75-day challenge. I'm dropping daily vlogs. My most difficult challenge that I have faced in my life. Kind of. So until tomorrow morning, you all, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Jump in the Discord and say hello. Stay strong, work your program. And remember, we recover better together.